still got your strings tangled. Thought you'd be glad.
Adel? This is just like before.
But why now?
Hang on, Adel! It seems worse this time.
Look! Isn't that the same light?
There's no mistaking it. It is the light that appeared when Shadowlord faded away.
This can't be happening.
But why? Adel! You can't go! It's not fair.
This way, Crimson King! Quickly!
Aprilis? How are you here?
It doesn't look like a trick.
Dad? What are you doing here?
You must hurry. There's not much time. Take the Crimson King over to the next room. There's also something I need all of you to do for me.
What is this place?
There's so many Aprilises. I can't believe it.
This is the place where Zola first succeeded at making a homunculus.
That's right. You're one too.
The reason Zola turned to alchemy was so he could revive me. So he could revive St. Willis Vito.
What?
I'm sure you all have many questions, but our first priority is saving the Crimson King's life.
We can save him?
What's the deal with him anyway?
Normally, homunculi are born as children. That's why all of you had proper childhoods.
That's true.
I wouldn't necessarily call them proper.
But he was an experiment to create an identical adult replica of the original. And because of that, his body is unstable.
If we do nothing, then the Crimson King will disappear forever, just as Shadowlord did.
Isn't there anything we can do?
There's not enough time to create an entirely new body for him. However, there is another way.
It's our first time meeting, but it doesn't feel that way. It's like you and I have been connected all along. You felt it too, haven't you? I envy you for all of your adventures. What a life. The danger. When was the last time you slept in peace? Why keep doing it? Why do you still want to be an adventurer? If you don't light a fire, it'll never go out. If you don't make decisions, you'll never be hurt. But you'll never be deterred. You'll keep going until your last breath escapes you. In you, there lies a hope that guides you, and everyone around you toward their dreams. I thought so. I have a favor to ask. I wish I could go with you, but I'm afraid I'm running out of time. Still, I can't let it end here. Adventures are still waiting for us. So I ask you this. Take my power and my soul. Take them with you on your journeys. Adol Kristen.
You're awake. Yes. It was Dr. Noah's first time performing this procedure, so he cautioned me of its risks. I thought it best to stay and be sure you were all right. Incidentally, I believe this is the first time we've spoken, Adol Kristen.
Yeah.
Then you must be aware of what happened to you.
Adol the Red certainly is perceptive.
Dr. Noah.
The adventurer Adol Kristen and his homunculus the Crimson King. Within you resides both of their souls. To be precise, you were originally one person. Now, you've become one again.
Do you feel the Crimson King's consciousness and the power you inherited? So that's what happened.
A conversation between souls during fusion. That is fascinating indeed.
Dr. Noah is Zola's assistant, but he has since joined our cause. He was the one who fused both of your souls into a single body. Forgive me, but this was the only way to save the Crimson King's life.
No.
I thought you would be angry with me. You're a very strange young man. He looks to be adjusting well enough. Shall we begin preparations?
Yes, Dr. Noah is right. I was planning on telling you after everyone had arrived. And it seems that time has come.
Adol! You're all right!
It's good to see the procedure was a success.
I suppose introductions are in order.
That's right. That makes this the first time we've met, right, Adol?
I didn't think you could do something like that.
At least I've got something to show for leaving home.
Can't wait to hear all about it.
Long story short, you're the same Adol we've always been friends with.
Thank goodness.
Yes. My worries have been assuaged.
You didn't call us just for this welcome back party, did you?
Before I get to it, there is something I need to tell you all first. It concerns Zola, the one who created all of us homunculi.
About time you told us who he is, and how you two know each other.
That man... No, the alchemist, Zola, is...
He was a young noble who served Rosvita during the 100 Years' War.
Anemona.
You've regained more memories?
Yes. Some returned when I saw this room.
If Zola served under Rosvita, then they must have known each other a long time.
That reminds me. There was a guy standing next to the saint in that painting. Is that the guy you're talking about? He's just a kid now.
Yes. The 100 Years' War was also a proxy war between the gods. Glia had the blessing of Grimnir. Ratai was blessed by Luki. But the roaring flames of human war eventually ignited the realm of the gods. Divided between the two sides, a war of their own erupted. Ultimately, Grimnir and Luki both fell at the other's hand.
Is this the Twilight of the Gods from the Norse religion?
Yes. Because of that war, the gods that once blessed Glia perished.
That's terrible. Then what is the Grimwald Nox?
You said the gods used the Grimwald Nox to contain and purge the monsters.
Even without the gods, the Grimwald Nox still creates monsters from human emotions. So now, it falls on humans to eradicate the monsters born from them. But after the 100 Years' War, many Glians were overcome with grief. The monsters manifested from them could no longer be contained by humans alone.
What happened then?
That is when Zola intervened. After I was executed, he resigned from the military and returned home. He secluded himself and became engrossed in his research to the point of obsession.
So that was when he began learning alchemy.
But why did he do that?
Thought you were smarter than that, kid.
Papa wanted to revive Rosvita. He respected her as both his commander and the woman he loved. He sold his land and used his inheritance to devote his life to his research. He would often isolate himself in his lab for days at a time without food or rest. The outcome of his blood and tears was...
It was me. I was born from his work.
That's such a sad reason.
Yeah, I never would have guessed.
Zola then reappeared from isolation as an alchemist. He proposed a plan to the Glian royal family, who was overwhelmed by the Grimwald Nox.
So that's why.
Only beings of exceptional strength and skill are capable of suppressing the Grimwald Nox. They are doing the gods' work, quite literally after all. Zola's proposal involved the creation of a homunculus army. The Glian royalty, out of time and other options, accepted his proposal.
So that's how he built all of this.
As you know, homunculi are created by replicating existing humans. When the royal family sought candidates in secret, a handful of people volunteered. Yes. The volunteers were my comrades who fought alongside me in the 100 Years' War. You are the homunculi of the heroes preserved here in this lab. The homunculi who have been slaying the Lemiris in secret, maintaining peace in Glia.
And centuries of this conflict brought us to today.
Yes. If the homunculi warriors were injured or killed, new ones were created. Zola even transferred his own soul into homunculi in order to continue his research. Then he gave his warriors gifts that bound them to this land.
That explains what the curse is.
I had no idea.
Why were we adopted or given to orphanages then? Was that the case for all of our predecessors?
No. Zola and I raised the homunculi ourselves. But 15 years ago, Zola disappeared. Your predecessors had perished, and you were all much too young to fight. That is why I made the decision to suppress the Grimwald Nox alone. I had no other choice but to entrust you to the people of Balduq.
So you've been fighting alone then?
So then, what has Zola been doing?
Shortly before he left, he said he had discovered a breakthrough in his research. I've no doubt it's the magnum opus he was speaking of, and he's still working on it.
There's one more thing that doesn't add up. Where did you come from? Saint Rosvita was tricked by Bratai's army and burned at the stake. So explain to me how the hell you were created.
Kratos' right. Our bodies were preserved.
Papa can fabricate more than just objects and flesh. He can fabricate human souls as well.
I do remember him saying that.
My soul was the first prototype that he successfully fabricated, using the doll belonging to Rosvita as a relic. Papa placed my soul into it.
Huh?
Well,
Yes. I had the same reaction when I first remembered it, but he had a reason for it.
He needed to put the soul into something I held dear to learn more about my past. From the memories he learned from Anemona and a lock of my hair, I was created.
What?
now you're telling us he can create people from nothing but memories and hair?
That's a lot of power for one man.
Right?
Now we know why Aprilis and the rest of us were created. But what about Adol?
It must have something to do with Zola's magnum opus.
I don't have the answer to that question. But Zola has a deep desire for Adol's copious experience as an adventurer.
Could it be possible that the strange monsters and primordials we have witnessed in the prison were designed based on Adol's past adventures?
You've got quite the fan, Adol.
I suspected that was the case. And if Adol says so, then it must be.
I'm worried.
Worried about what?
Isn't there anything we can do to stop Zola?
There are many things I need to ask him, but nobody knows where he is. There's also the matter of a certain event that's about to happen.
And what's that?
Balduque will soon be hosting its Victory Day festival for the 100 Years' War.
You mean...
Yeah. It's too bad we won't be able to enjoy it worry-free.
It is an annual festival celebrating the reclamation of Balduque.
About that time of year again, huh?
Yeah, I suppose we were too busy to remember. But what does the festival have to do with anything?
The scars left by the 100 Years' War still run deep through this land. Once every year, the Grimwald Nox becomes the more dangerous ultimate Grimwald Nox.
Even more dangerous?
Now that is a celebration I can get behind.
Victory Day is in 3 days.
We do not have much time.
Zola is a threat, but the ultimate Grimwald Nox is a more immediate concern. Before that time comes, you should all take this chance to return to the city and rest.
I think I'll do that. I'm exhausted, mentally and physically.
Yeah, we've all been through a lot.
I could use a night to let this all sink in.
I will investigate the Grimwald Nox and Zola's whereabouts. You'll hear from me if I discover anything. Until then, rest well.
you. Looking to cut it, do you? I see. You buying or not? I see. You saw nothing.
Yeah. I'm ready and raring to go. Well, don't just leave. I'm ready and raring to go. Let me know if come back anytime.
Why do you look so on edge, Adol? I'm not planning any dastardly deeds today. Hey, do you remember that jewel I took? After analyzing it, I discovered that it dates back to the 100 Years' War. I can't wait to go back for the rest. Drink up! I'm buying today. Oh, please, Adol. There's priceless treasure just sitting there, waiting for someone to take it. I'm going to find a way in. But you're more than welcome to keep me company. What's that, Mr. Adventurer? Is that the pot I hear calling the kettle black? I admit, I find that the more dangerous the situation, the more exciting it is. We're two peas in a pod, you and I. Don't you think? I've been meaning to ask you something, Adol. What went through your mind when you found out about the other you? Did it ever occur to you that you still might not even be the real Adol? What if the real Adol's still out there somewhere? No, not at all. I was just thinking about what you said. Money was the reason I started stealing, but it wasn't the reason I kept doing it. There's a part of me that pines for a thrill, even if I don't get a single gold coin out of it. You're a fascinating man. You know that? Adol Kristen, I wonder what other escapades you've gotten yourself into. Is it true that you don't keep the treasures and legendary weapons you find? Next time, you should just give them to me. I'll find you a good buyer on the black market. Adol. The doctor's in. That one's special. Use responsibly. Oh, Take care out there.
Adol! I'll take everything you got. Okie dokie. Let's trade. Okay. You've got a deal. You've got a deal. Okay. Oh, you got a good eye. Come on, bye-bye. See you later. Adol, any errands you'd like me to run? Here you are.
Can't wait to try it out.
Here you are. Thank you very much. As you wish.
This ain't half bad.
As you wish.
I shall use it with care.
Anything else, you'd stay safe out there.
Where are you off to in such a hurry? There's much to enjoy at the festival.
here, sir. Everything's a good choice. Thanks as always. Wanna browse some more? Come again soon.
Those Roman soldiers are hard at work.
Let's take him out. My time to shine.
Understood.
Off we go! I have detected something. Yeah.
Now then, Monstrums, what do you say we finish up my request?
What?
But you already killed all of the homunculi.
There's just one more to go. This one.
You cannot mean...
Wait, so you're also a homunculus?
Yeah. Funny, isn't it? What was his name? Shadowlord? I don't know when he created me. It was probably when the real me came to this prison for an inspection. But it doesn't matter now. Would you oblige me at all? I thought you'd say that. That's why I brought someone else to convince you.
I wish to ask this of you as well, Adol.
you doing here?
I recall Parks mentioning that he was friends with Marius.
Marcus Claudius Germanicus. That is the name of one of the most celebrated, revered people in the Roman Empire. Marius is, with all due respect, a homunculus of that man.
What?
It all makes sense now.
What makes sense?
What are you talking about?
Marius is a homunculus of the current Emperor of Rom.
What? He is?
But if you're his friend, then who are you, Parks?
I regret I had to keep it a secret from you all. But my real name is Lindheim. I was formerly only a cardinal of the church, but now I am also Governor General of Glia.
But weren't you supposed to be missing?
Cardinal Lindheim.
I knew you weren't just some old man, but I can't say I saw this coming.
When I went to inspect the prison, I saw an inmate who looked just like His Majesty. I thought my eyes were deceiving me, so I investigated as an undercover prisoner. But I had no idea he was a homunculus.
It was my fault you went through all of that, Lindheim.
Nonsense. It was my choice. I couldn't turn a blind eye to His Majesty, even if you're not precisely the same person. I figured Adol needed to hear this to understand your reasoning.
I believe Shadowlord has some kind of control over me. After we escaped, I knocked Adol out and returned to the prison with him. In the same vein, I think it prevents me from ending my own life. I may not be a real Imperial Knight, but it'd be nice to go out like one. That's why it needs to be you, Adol. You're the only one who can do this.
Yeah.
Sorry, my friend. This'll be the last time I take advantage of your kindness. All right, Adol. Don't hold back.
Marius's body is glowing!
Yeah. It's been fun, Adol. Can I say one more thing before I go? In your adventures, you save people's lives. You lead them. Give them courage. You discover the unknown. And little by little, your actions change the world. I'm sure, Adol, that you'll come to understand the meaning of this someday.
Well,
I have no doubt that you will. When you find the answer, tell it to the real me. Would you? I'm sure that wisdom will help the world find the one who's behind this. You have to stop him. Thanks for being my friend, Adol. We had a good run.
Adol.
Thank you, Adol. I know. I'm positive he felt the same way. We're all depending on you to make his final request a reality.
He was one hell of a guy, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
The one who's behind this? He must have known about Zola.
So he was the Emperor's...
I had no idea that you were the Governor General, Parks. I hope we didn't do anything to offend you.
Of course you didn't. And I'm the one who owes you an apology. Forgive me for keeping this a secret from all of you.
You don't have to.
I hope you will find the sincerity in my words, despite my prevarication. I'm very glad to have met you all, though I wish it were in different circumstances. With that, I should also be on my way.
Maybe...
What? But you can't go! You're the one who started the dandelion!
And I believe it would be in your best interest as Governor General to see this through.
It is handy having you around.
And maybe you could keep those nosy soldiers in check. Well, not that someone like Belger would pose much of a threat.
You are all very convincing. Very well. I shall remain at the Dandelion, though I may return to my office occasionally to tend to my many long overdue affairs.
Yes.
Yes, likewise. But are you sure about this? My allegiance lies with Rom.
Of course we are! To us, you're still Parks, not the Governor General.
I understand. I shall be sure to remember that.